Next question. This one's on Instagram. This is from Giordano_Bianco. He asks, does the Mariners' run differential worry you?
Not really. Because you know why? Because the Mariners have the best run differential in the division. And frankly, that's all that matters right now. The Mariners are in first place by 6.5 games. They have the best run differential in the division. And right now, they have the best team in the division. So you know what? While they might not have the Yankees run differential, they might not have the Orioles run differential, it's good enough. Just want to make the playoffs, guys. That's what I want. I want to make the playoffs. I want to see the Mariners make the playoffs. And right now, this is fine. I cannot in good faith be worried when this team plays in the same division as the A's and the Angels, and then now what looks like right now a mediocre Texas and Houston team. Like, you just can't be worried about that.
Oh, I'm worried.
Really? About what?
Well, you talk them up of having this run differential as if it's like the best in the division, which by the definition it is. It's 12. Like, their expected win-loss total right now is 36 and 34. So if you're talking about winning the West, that's different. If you're just talking about, does it worry you in terms of the Mariners getting into the playoffs? No, because you're right. This probably is the best team in the AL West. But what happens after that? What happens when they get to the playoffs? It, like everything we just talked about at the start of this podcast and how the offense looked against the White Sox, does that not all factor in to your level of concern with what this team's going to do going into the playoffs?
But it's a different question. The question is if I'm worried about the run differential, not if I'm worried about the offense. Am I worried about the offense? Yeah. Am I worried about the run differential? Not really, because it just reflects how they play.
Well, I think it's all encompassing. The reason their run differential is not that high is because the offense isn't hitting.
I think the question is framed as if, are you worried this team is lucky? And I don't think this team has been lucky. I think they've been about right. When they played better teams, they've lost. When they played worse teams, they've won.
All right.
Right? I think that's how I feel about that.
They've won a lot of one-run games. However, yes, you're right. They seem to beat the teams they should beat, and so far are not dominating the teams that are at par or better than them.
Right.
So I guess
it's like saying, like, should the Mariners instead be 5 games under 500 instead of where they're at right now? Not really. I don't think so. Because a team with a plus 12 run differential could be that way, but I don't think this Mariners team is. Like, I watch them. They look like a team based on the teams they're playing that should be 10 games over 500.
All right. I'm just saying their expected win-loss total, when you look at it, is about 2 games over 500, which I'm pretty sure plays a factor into all the one-run wins that they've had. Now, I don't think they're a team that's only 2 games better than 500, but I guess we read this question in 2 different ways. I read it as the run differential thing being all-encompassing, also meaning, are you worried about the offense?
Well, I am worried about the offense, but I'm not going to dive too deep in the run differential. I don't think at this point it really worries that much. And it really helped. Like, this maybe is a different question. If you have the Texas Rangers of last year at this point, I think had like a run differential of plus 150, and they're just killing teams. But that's not the case this year. So there's just less to worry about. When the rest of the division sucks, there's really just a lot less to worry about, because you don't have to have an A+ season to host a playoff series. So no, you don't. So if what our question asker, Giordano, meant by this question in the sense of, do you think the team's lucky, and your interpretation of this question was right, then I'm on board with what you're saying. It can be 2 different things about not being worried about the team being lucky, but also still understanding they need to go at a bat. So if that's what he meant, then sure. They do need to add a bat, without question. I'm definitely not discerning that.